everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, and you're watching this video in the month of October, but it was recorded in the month of September. As a matter of fact, many of the videos that you've already watched in the month of October or will watch in the month of October were all recorded in the month of September because I'm away from much of the month of October. So what am I going to show you today? I'm going to show you a drone product that came out in the month of September that was pretty cool when I flew it back then. As a matter of fact, I was so excited with this product, I wanted to get the video out, but I had so many other videos to get out, I didn't get this one out in time. Anyways, this is the Nazgul Evoque F4. That F4 just stands for the size of the props. They're 4-inch. It does come in an X frame, which I have here, and you can get it in a dead cat frame. The dead cat, the arms go out straighter. So if you're somebody who wants to record out of this camera up here, I would suggest get the dead cat version. You'll see in this video that with the X frame, the props are in the camera image. Now, before we even start this video, I have to say this is not for beginners. This is a very high-end drone, and if you have no skills in the FPV hobby, you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else. But if you have skills, you're going to have a blast with this, although this will test your skills and put your skills to the limit. Somehow, they've turned this little drone into a rocket. iFlight says you can get this little baby going up to 170 kilometers per hour as long as you put a high C rating battery on it that has a very thick gauge wire extension to the XT60 connector. I didn't have any of those batteries, so I definitely didn't get 170 kilometers per hour in this video, but it is fast. So what exactly is this quad? What category is it in? Well, it's not in the under 250 category because it's pretty heavy. So it's more a race quad, freestyle quad. And not only is it powerful, but it's built like a tank. This thing can handle a punch right into the ground and survive. It's really made well. Now you're wondering about batteries. It does take a 6S battery, and I flew it on 1300 milliamp hour LiPo battery 6S. But iFlight says you're supposed to use anywhere from a 1000, that'll get you more speed because it's less weight, all the way up to a 1500 6S battery. In the video, my flight times were all between 5 and 6 minutes. iFlight says if you take your time, you can get it up to 8 minutes of flight time. You really can't take your time on this quad. You're going to see in the video, it just wants to boogie. It has all the great stuff you would expect, you know, an F7 flight controller, 55 amp ESC, and the motors, if I look at them, oh, they don't even have writing on them. So I have to look at my chart. The motors are 2205 motors. It does come with the DJI-03 camera, which means that you can use your Integra goggles or goggles 2 or goggles version 2 to connect. Having the camera there means you have the DJI-03 system in the back, so you put a micro SD card in to record your video, high quality video, and if you get no receiver in this thing, then you can use it with your DJI remote too. But if you do get a receiver in it, then you can fly it on ELRS or Crossfire. In this video, I flew mine on ELRS. And finally, you can get a GPS on the back apparently. There is a little connector for it here, so I think you can order it with GPS. All right, enough chit chat, on with the video. Okay, I've got my radio on, everything's set to go. Plug in our battery, there we go. She starts up, then tighten the 6S battery down into the quad. So this is a 1300 milliamp hour LiPo battery I'm using. So I'm over here. The quad is over there, and I'll be sitting back there. We're gonna go for our first morning maiden flight. My spotter is over there. People always wanna know where my spotter is, and she has a few dogs with her, so I will just keep away from her because the dog will chase the drones, and I don't want that. I'm using the Jumper T20, and every time I use it, it's a little different shape and size and configuration for the buttons and where my fingers go that I have to get used to it every time. I use so many radios. Anyways, here we go, arm. Woohoo! I am barely touching the throttle. Look at it go. I'm trying to hold it back. It's reversed on here. Ah, yes, the walk of shame. There I go, off to pick up my drone. Yep, the walk of shame. So what went wrong? Well, what went wrong was when I set up this radio, the Jumper T20, in beta flight with my quad, not a problem, all connected. But you have to set up the joystick so that when you move one, you have throttle, you have pitch, you have roll, you have yaw. Normally all I do, just to make sure everything's connected, I move the throttle up and down, and I usually move the pitch up and down. So I'm moving them both forward, and I see the little markers move in beta flight configurators. So in my tiny little brain, I'm usually 99.9% correct that everything is connected and working well. However, on this radio, the yaw and the roll were reversed. So when you fly an FPV drone and you're turning to the right or the left, you're going to turn the yaw and the roll like joysticks together, and your drone will turn and bank the proper way. But when they're reversed and you do that, you're going to go one direction, but your drone is going to roll the other direction, and that's what happened. So the fix for that is either go in the radio and reset everything, because I don't have my laptop with me to do Betaflight Configurator at the field, or if you're lucky, which I was, do I have it? Oh, here it is right here. I just happen to have the Commando 8. This is an iFlight radio, and fingers crossed I bound it in the field to the ELRS in here, because this is ELRS, and it just happens to be set up properly so I could fly it right then and there. I didn't have any modes. I only had acro mode. That was pretty much it. But all my joysticks worked correctly, and my arm switch, whichever one was on here working, that's how it worked, and here we go. Oh, quickly, one thing I should also mention that I never mention in a lot of videos, because I always think viewers are going to clue into it, but I've had some viewers that aren't cluing into the obvious. When I fly an FPV drone in any of my videos for like 5 minutes or 6 minutes on end, I do not show you 5 minutes or 6 minutes of the boring flight. I chop up the video, those 5 or 6 minutes, into maybe you only get a minute worth of flight. So when you see a minute's worth of video and I say I flew for 6 minutes, that's how it worked out that way. Okay, back to the video. Still on the maiden flight, but this time I'm using the iFlight Commando. All the flight footage you're going to see is from that tiny little DJI-03 Air digital camera that's sitting in the front of the Nazgul Evoque F4. So once again, a new controller. Oh, I got to get used to the buttons on this one compared to the other one. Okay, here we go. And let's try this one again. Okay. Now this time, okay, I've got right and I've got left. I didn't have it last time, I had it reversed. So there we go. All right, again, I'm only at like, 10%, 20% throttle. It's very, very fast. This is a race quad. You know, I knew that before flying it. People had told me this is a race quad. It's like a 4-inch, just craziness quad. In other words, if you're not very direct and accurate with your flight, you will crash it. So let me see, I'll give it some speed here. You can hear it screaming. Oh yeah, it really draws power out of the battery when you do that. That's a little dangerous. All right, so since it's a freestyle race quad, let me just aim it this way really quick and do a little bit of this. Slow spin. Slow spins while still moving forward. That's pretty hard. Do a forward flip while still moving forward. Nice. Right now all I'm doing is I'm flying very relaxed so that I don't drain the battery. I can see the voltage and it looks like I'm doing well. I'm trying to get the longest flight time. I think if anybody buys this and they want to fly it for a long time, you're going to be hard pressed to get a long flight time unless you really relax the flight. Okay, maiden flight. That thing is way too fast for someone with no flight abilities. I find that is like almost at the limit of my FPV flying skills. It's crazy fast. Next thing I'm going to do is put this little GPS on the quad and just whip it up and down here and see how fast I can get it going. Okay, I've got the GPS on top. I know it's not pretty and it looks bulky. That's because, you know, it takes these massive batteries, and then I got the GPS on top of that. And we'll see how it does. Here we go. This will be the speed test. So let's make sure I'm in acro mode.
Acro mode on.
And let's go up. Okay, take it nice and slow. And then I'm going to whip it this way. Nice and slow. And then we're going to burn up our battery, turning around. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, the battery is draining. Then I'm going to let the battery relax so I don't lose it over here. I'm gonna go up here and forward again. On my screen, all it's saying is land now, and it's vibrating everywhere. All I see is everything's vibrating because it's just too fast with all that weight I have on top. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down, let the battery recover a bit. There we go, it's recovering. And I'll just do one more, and then that's it. Okay. Turning and Here we go. Oh my God, the vibrations in my display are incredible. Okay, and bring it down. And bring it back to me. Okay. So you notice I didn't do any crazy dives or anything in that speed test because that would give you a fake speed test. The best I could do flying level was, with this big battery and everything blocking the wind, was 135 kilometers, 0.23. So 135.23 kilometers per hour. Look at all this bulk blocking in the wind. And when I want to go fast and try to go straight, you know, it's catching a lot of air. And also this battery I have on, it's a good battery, but it was going low battery every time I gave it lots of power. In other words, it doesn't have a high enough C rating. It's kind of old to keep the throttle going. So this battery says it's got 100 C rating right down here, 100 C, but it's probably about 2 years old, so it's probably not as good as it used to be. Next thing I'm going to do is take this DJI Action 4, new on the market, put it on the drone so that you have a DJI camera and another DJI camera, the DJI O3, and then I could compare the quality of the video between the two. And I've put all the settings on the Action 4 to match all the settings on the DJI O3 system, so when I switch between the cameras, I'm assuming they'll look the same. Anyways, it's just to test this out. So let's go fly and I'll show you what the differences are. I'll put maybe the images side by side and switch between them. Here we go. Here we go with the camera on top, see if I notice any difference with the weight. I don't think I will, it's so powerful. Nope, I don't notice a thing. This thing flies like a dream. It's like a rocket. It's like flying a plane with a propeller and then switching over to one of the fastest jets that they make. It's just craziness. So there's a little plane in the sky and I could chop it to pieces. It's flying so slow. Look at this little thing. It's a little putt-putt plane. I'm gonna go slow and try to come up to the plane. There it is. I can't even go slow enough to to like film it. It's impossible. Ah, you could cover so much ground in this little thing. It's craziness. All right, so that's what it looks like. We're flying into the sun, so we'll get the light rays and we'll turn it over, coming over the forest. You know, I've lost a lot of planes, helicopters, and drones in this forest, and as soon as you lose them in there, you just can't find them. So let's get away from that. Come down this way. Go over here. There's the plane. I tell you, it's an incredible FPV drone. I don't know what use I have for this because it's just too fast. You know, I would have to chase something on the ground that is moving fast, like a fast moving car, a fast moving motorcycle, anything that's moving fast. This would be the perfect quad for it. Certainly if you are doing freestyle, then this is perfect for that. Look at, you see I'm going from one end of the park to the other. I tell you, this is just a crazy, crazy drone. It's great to have in the backpack for a drone to use when you certainly need it, but honestly, it's too crazy fast. I'm going really slow now. I'm trying to keep it nice and slow to fly around the entire park, but it just wants to howl. I could probably go around this whole park in under a minute, which would just be craziness. Coming back, I'm gonna stay away from the cars and the buses, and come on over this way. Look at this thing. It's just so, you have to believe me when I say I don't even have the throttle on. The throttle's like at 10%, 20% right now. And it's just a rocket going back and forth. All right, let's bring it down. Watch out for the guys over there. And that, once again, is not even giving it throttle. All right, let's bring this back. This is pure craziness. For me, it's craziness. I don't fly like this. It's just too much. All right, go up a little circle thing, come it down, and then this way. You can do all sorts of weird little things. So I have to say, honestly, after that flight, I didn't even notice the weight of the camera. I think you could put a brick on here and you wouldn't even notice the weight. It's so crazy powerful. Like, I have never flown a drone this powerful. Plan now is I have one last battery. I'm just going to try to fly around the park and just see how quickly I can get around. I'm not going to go full blast because I'll run out of power, but I'll go fast enough. And the only camera on the drone is the DJI O3. So here we go. Going. Okay, so going this way. End of the park is right here. This is the edge, football field. Heading over to the other area. I should have a timer up in this. And then over this way. Oh, I'm getting low battery. Ooh, this is not good because there's water coming up. I gotta reduce the throttle. Low battery still. I'm almost at the edge of the park again. I think I might have a timer on the screen to show you how long it's taking and turning. Coming around. Look at this. Still low batteries flashing. This thing is so fast. I've seen vibrations in my screen everywhere because I'm going so fast. And then back, and we are done when I pass this road. Done! There we go. And off the throttle and down to me, which is over here. There I am over there. There you go, Joe. That was the missile you're talking about. So Joe was standing on the ground. When this took off, did it kind of scare you, catch you guys off guard?
Didn't scare. However, I damn near broke my neck watching it go up. It's like one of those Estes model rockets. Boom! Gone.
Yeah, it's gone. And when it went over, you were saying it was almost like this?
It was, yeah, your angle was, I would say, damn near 90 degrees. Yeah, you were flying like this.
It moves. I think that's pretty scary in the air too for flying near or around people because they hear it and it has that screechy sound that's a little scariness. But it was good. You know, this is awesome. New quad, but I don't know.
Oh, it's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. If you're going to chase something fast, this is the one to have. Next thing to show you is what comes in the box if you get this little baby. Check it out. This is the box the F4 comes in, and these are the specifications of the F4 I used in this video review. As you can see here, I have the carbon fiber X-frame version, and like all iFlight X frames, the bottom does light up. The F4 arrives almost fully assembled. You will need to add the props. You'll note the XT60 battery connector is built right into the frame. As well, it does come with a DJI long-range antenna, so you can expect 5 kilometers at minimum. Motors arrive with prop direction indicators. The entire frame is shrouded to keep out dust, water, and dirt. An external action camera mount is provided along with the hardware. As well, a battery grip is provided, you just need to stick it on the frame. An additional battery strap is also included, as well as additional screws. And a complete set of spare props are also provided. If you have the ELRS version, an ELRS manual is provided. If you have the Crossfire version, a Crossfire manual is provided. And finally, a sheet of iFlight stickers are also included. The total weight of the F4 without a battery is 345 grams. Okay, back to me. Final thoughts on the F4. Let me just say quickly, it's not for beginners. It is not for beginners. This is very dangerous for the amount of power it has and the speed it has. Make sure you know how to fly FPV drones before you get this. But when you know how to fly FPV drones and you get this, it's going to put your skills to the limits. But you're going to have a blast. You're going to have the best time you've ever had in your life. It's like getting a nice, super high-speed motorcycle and take it out for your first ride and going, whoa, this is more power than I can handle. But eventually you get used to the power and you can handle it, and that's what this is. I honestly have no complaints with this quad. I don't know why they made it so powerful and so fast, but if I had to film something that was moving quickly, like as I said in the video, a motorcycle, a speedboat, anything like that, this is what you would chase it with because it has no limits on the speed. You could probably keep up with all those fast moving items and get really cool video. And it's so accurate in the air. When you turn it one way, the other way, up, down, everything, it goes where you want it to. It's a beautiful drone to fly. If you don't have one and you have the skills to fly FPV, I highly suggest you get one. So with that said, I'm going to put the links to this product below. Go check it out. And if you have questions on this product, just post them below. And if I'm talking fast, it's because, you know, I have to get this video out before the month of October rolls around. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully there's other videos I put out in the month of October. If I do, like I said, they're all probably recorded in the month of September. All right, guys, I guess I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, I say bye.